Another one.
Welcome.
How are you gonna start? Oh, you scared? Just the two of us.
I know, yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Being back just the two of us.
It is.
All
It's like
began.
the first one all over again.
Running it back.
Do we look at the cameras or do we look at each other?
I don't know. I don't like it.
It's awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, without this, because usually they'd have like a producer maybe in here that could just break it a bit, but in fact it's just me and you now. It's
I know it's a lot of pressure.
yeah, there's a lot of pressure. Might be some silences as well, which I'm a fan of on a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like a silence.
Do you?
I know dead air is considered poison, isn't it? But
I'll be honest, I'm the same as you. I like a bit of a silence. I'm like,
because then it's a real conversation, isn't it?
yeah, it makes you feel more like in the room.
But yeah, you don't. We can't just be here spitting fire for an hour and 20 or whatever. We've got to
You expect too much of us for free.
because we're both quite real, aren't we? We like to keep it real
That's the beauty was on it. We were raw.
because we go raw.
No gimmicks. None of this fucking pressing buttons and nothing shit.
No,
No, just
we're going
us,
to throw
just
shade at other podcasts.
all like other podcasts. Yeah.
Well, we will eventually do it, won't we?
Well, have buttons to press.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or are we
right.
going to not bother?
I was always never going to bother. First, that was going to make it be our thing that we don't rely on anything.
Right. Yeah. You know what? We'll go for that. I'm sure there's other podcasts out there that don't rely on sound bites or whatever they're called. We're not very technical, are we?
No.
We're just winging it.
Let's be honest. The reason we're so real is because we can't be arsed figuring out how not to be real.
Yeah. Hang on. What does that mean? We can't be asked figuring out how not to be real.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like
So
how to use the equipment to its
Right,
fullest
yeah.
extent.
To be fair, you've done. You're good. You know what you're doing a bit better than me.
Literally know where to plug things in and to press record.
You don't have to try get embarrassed about it.
I'm not getting, but that's literally
Don't try
all
to
I've
be
learned.
like too cool for school, but you're the nerd who knows all the stuff.
I'm literally more having a go at you because that's all I've learned.
What do you mean you're having a go at me? Yeah,
You're
but
like, oh, you know more than me. It's like all I've learned.
yeah, but I'm not
is
proud
what
of
to plug
that.
in.
I'm not proud of that. Like when we're setting up, I'm just dossing around here, aren't I? Like moving shit that doesn't need to be moved. And then
I literally watch you move stuff and think, I haven't told him to move that. Why the fuck's he fiddling with it?
yeah, because I feel like I've got to do something.
That's
I
fair
don't.
enough.
I don't do anything, do I?
No,
I'm not proud of it, but it just
I
affects
had to
me.
tell you the other day to tweet.
Did you?
Yeah, it was literally Wozzy, I'm getting on a plane. Can you tweet to say our podcast is out? And you were like, yeah, I'll get on it.
I don't do
I don't
Twitter.
think I don't think you've ever done it.
I didn't do it.
I know you never.
I do
Our
Instagram.
podcast went out and no one knew.
Yeah, but I thought that was our plan, is to get the back catalogue of the 4 out and then start
Right.
plugging it.
Right,
We plug
so-
it from the off.
If you've listened to this, now, it's about 8 deep. If you listen to the
It's not
first
8.
one,
There's no way it's 8. This has got to be number 6.
I can't be asked counting.
No, nor can I.
I think we're talking about dead air being poison. What might be poison of us going, right, we had that one and we had that one.
Yeah, but we haven't got new guests, have we? We're scraping. We're not scraping the bottom of the. It's quite difficult, isn't it, trying to get guests sorted?
Especially when I'm in Benidorm and you've done nothing.
Hang on, I almost got a guest.
You text me Sunday. What guests have we got this week?
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
this week, tomorrow.
yeah, like basically. Like what? No, shit, I haven't done nothing to get guests while
Yeah.
Rob's been away. Just what guests have we got this
Yeah,
week?
but I just don't. I think they're all. I think Monday. You've got to be in the area, haven't you, to do it? And let's
Yeah.
be honest, people probably don't want. What's the point?
Yeah, maybe we fucked up on the record day. Who knows? We can always change it. I think we got guests the rest of the month.
Yeah, we have.
I shit
But
myself and
they
sorted
can
out
always
today.
pull.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the problem, is that something slightly better can come up, which like basically just sitting down. They might
your
just
own
want to
house.
sit down. Think, I'm not going to do that shit podcast.
Yeah, they might decide they enjoy their own company more than ours,
Yeah.
and in that case we're fucked.
So anyway, I was Benidorm. Let's talk about that, eh?
It was good. It was rough,
Didn't even know you were going.
didn't you?
No. Because you're always going away, so I just thought you don't surprise
No, I
me.
used to
when-
be always going away. They used to call me Bobby Holidays because I had a lot of them
Who used to call you that? Thomas Cook.
myself. I called myself it once on Twitter.
Bobby Holidays.
Bobby Holidays.
Jolly Holidays.
Just kept
Mary
it.
Poppins.
Just Bobby Holidays, innit?
It's a Bobby Holiday with you.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, call myself it once on Instagram. Do you know what actually used to call me? David Longley and his lovely wife, who now hates me.
Why does she hate you?
Do you want to get into this?
Yeah, why
It
not?
might not be an interesting story. It might be. Basically,
Is it genuine? It's not genuine hate, though, is it?
I don't know.
It's like a sort of.
I don't think she I think she thought we were friends, which we were, and I think she thinks I betrayed her a bit, and I've been stubborn as well. So what happened was, Staunton and Dave Longley, who will try and get on at some point because he's a boss lad, but it just means travelling from Birmingham or Derby for him. So I'm sure it's like, what the fuck do I want to do that for? Until we've got loads of yous. Then when there's loads of yous watching, we can just leverage yous against comics and be like, it's good for your profile, mate. And then they'll fucking jump at it. Then they'll be fucking sucking us off to get on here. Not the females.
That's the only reason I'm doing it.
Yeah,
Try and get
too.
us.
I just want leverage.
Go on.
Like power. Yeah, so him and Staunton were having a bit of banter.
I think I know what happened there. Go on.
Him and Staunton were having a bit of banter. And I think Dave made a comment about Staunton's parents having some sort of like smoking or drinking while they were pregnant, hence Staunton being the way he is. And then Staunton went, that's a bit rich coming from a dad with 2 autistic sons. And I thought, that's a good comeback because Dave has 2 autistic sons. And while I appreciate that has happened with no impact from Dave. Like, he's done nothing to impact that. I like the fact that Staunton's just put it out there. It's like a slam where it's like, how do you come back from?
But
how do you come back from that? So I gave that a little ha. Then Lynn came in at Staunton and called him a knobhead, like for mentioning a son, sort of thing.
Yeah, he went there, didn't he? He
went there.
You don't do that in like the gangster world, do you?
No, you leave
the kids out of it, don't you?
But though, as Coolio said, I never met a motherfucker who didn't deserve it. If you're in the world, you're in the world. You married a comic, you know what you're going to put yourself involved in. This is my point. Dave says all sorts. So anyway, Staunton said that. Dave said something was fine with it. Lynn said something. Hard Adam's comment. She then went, and you, Rob Thomas, you think it's funny, blah, de, blah, de, blah. And I was like, yeah. I thought it was a solid sort of comeback in the virtual world of taking the piss out of each other.
Yeah.
Like, because my thing when people are like, if you like have a go at someone's kids online sort of thing, is if it's not public, it's a private thing, I always think, well, to that person who's made them comments, them kids are basically just Twitter eggs. Like, they're just profiles that aren't really exist. So it's like, they've not had to go at anything personally sort of thing. They've not been like, they have no relationship with your child or something like that. It's just sort of, we're all comics, nothing's off limits, let's get on with it. And my problem was, well, Dave is that person. He does all that. So you can't then have a go.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Basically, that was my thing, yeah. And then so she wants an apology off me for liking something. And I was like, I'm not apologising for I never said it. If I said it and I upset you, I'd apologise. I'm not apologising because Staunton's upset you. Like, I'm not apologising.
And what's Staunton's? What's happened with? Did he
just
just
apologise straight away? I was like, yeah, sorry.
Oh, wow. So Staunton said sorry.
Yeah.
Deleted the comment.
I don't even think it ever got deleted. I think it's just left off.
Right.
Like, I mean, I think Dave was very much live by the sword, die by the sword. This is the life I've chosen.
Yeah.
And I was very much like, well, this is the world we're in. Like this is it. And she was like, no, you're hard. And I was like, well, I'm not apologising. And then I tried to take it as a joke. I wasn't sure if she was joking or being serious. So I thought, well, I'll take it as a joke. At least that way, if it was a joke, I can't lose face. She can't then pull me up and go, I made you look a dickhead, didn't I? So
okay, yeah.
And then slowly felt more serious. I texted Dave, say, is she serious? And he texted, I don't know. Like, oh, you fucking living with her? Ask her. Like, you fucking, like, so I just left it then. I was like, well, I'm not apologising. So then she's always disliked, there's always been some sort of tension now.
Right. And are you still friends on Facebook?
No, I think I've unfollowed her on everything. Just because, like, oh, well, you know what my social media is like? It's literally just me taking, I treat social media like the pub.
You've unfriended me on Facebook.
Have I?
I'm not. We can't get on it because it's the great outage, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
We're coming at you live from the bunker.
Currently living through the outage. You've had to
The great outage of social
talk
media.
about more about that. Yeah,
2021,
but, yeah. So we had to living through the outage.
which has been fucking horrible. I'm checking it still, and it's not coming back on, and I'm getting really like.
I had to go upstairs to talk to my wife before, and that annoyed me. Every step annoyed me, being like, "Well, it's fucking 2021. This should be a WhatsApp voice note."
So you went to talk to her about the outage.
Just to talk to her about something. And I'm annoyed
You
me.
can still go. You could still go on like the internet and that. You just can't get on the social media.
But I can't.
Can't get that
like,
hit.
Twitter DMS. She hasn't got Twitter, so like all communications are out. I could have SMS'd her, but then that feels old. That feels like writing a letter.
Yeah, but you could have texted, couldn't you? Yeah,
Yeah, I could have SMS'd her. But that feels ancient. That feels like
spend my savings. That's a Dave bar. That
Is it?
Yeah. Which
Right.
wants to SMS, not save my soul, spend my savings or something.
Right.
Been listening to a lot of Dave recently. That's all I've been listening to.
Big into your ground.
But
But
the outage. But, so the beef with Longley, it's still not been squashed.
beef with Longley's wife's not been squashed. No,
Right.
not that. But like, yeah.
Do you reckon she'd come on the pod? That'd be an interesting.
Should we call Longley?
Just a little 10 minutes.
Should we call Longley? I don't know how do we even get on the conversation of Longley?
What happened?
What?
How did we get on that?
I haven't got a clue. Right, let's just make sure the Bluetooth set up. We'll give Longley a call.
You'll probably be at fucking BJJ knowing him, won't he?
Yeah.
Fucking rolling around.
We're connected for calls.
How did we get on that? That's really annoyed me.
I don't know, because we started on
scatty,
Benidorm.
aren't I?
Before we were going to talk about loads about Benidorm, and then we just got onto that. Here we go. Who's reckon he's going to pick up?
It's like, who wants to be a millionaire, innit? For 250 grand, how many autistic kids?
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for
us.
078.
So the beef must definitely still be real.
Do you reckon he knows that was what's happening?
No. I call him regularly, just to check in. I'm sure he'll call back at some point in the pod. Yeah, she was talking about Benidorm.
Yeah, how was it?
I want to find out how we got onto this. We could just probably rewatch it and find out. But anyway, yeah, so Benidorm was good. Bobby Holidays, that was why I get called Bobby Holidays.
Oh, because of online or something?
Yeah, because of Instagram.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, so the Benidorm was good. I went for 4 nights, which is too many nights. Got greedy, didn't we? I've been away in 18 months. Me and the lads only go away at least once a year, maybe twice a year. And so we were all like, yeah, we'll do 4 nights. All forgot that 4 nights is just terrible. Because it's just too much torture. People, like, lads' holidays, I don't think wags understand, like wives and girlfriends understand how hard lads' holidays are. It just becomes a test of endurance. It's just like, how long can you keep drinking for and pretending you're enjoying yourself? So no one in your group calls you a pussy.
So how many of you went?
12 of us went. 12 of us went.
That's too much. I see. I've not got any mates that are that insane. We could all tap out and go, "This is fine."
Really?
Yeah. We haven't got that culture.
Well, you're not working class, are you? That's why.
Maybe so. Maybe that's why, because we'll just go, no, I've had enough here.
No, we're very much like last man standing.
Like, I went to Magaluf.
Yeah.
This is depressing. But I'll talk about Benidorm, but quickly about Maga is that...
Go on, tell me Maga. Tell me Maga, and I've got an interesting story about Hamburg, about how different sets of mates have
the Reaper Barn. Went to Magaluf at like aged, I don't know, 20 or something.
Yeah.
And got absolutely fucking nothing. You know, it's called Shagamuff.
Yeah, Shagascruff.
Yeah, and then it's just like, I didn't get anything. Fucking nothing
not
for a
even
week.
A sniff.
It's fucking no. That's depressing, isn't it?
That's messing.
20 years old and
did it mess with your like insecure? Like
here's how bad it was. I got back to work and lied about having shagged and lied to people about having shagged 2 fat fat rhinos. And the reason why I said I shagged 2 fatties was because I said, oh, it's disgusting, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah,
that was the reason.
Oh, I made some bad decisions.
Yeah. Just like, oh, yeah, it was horrible, mate. I don't want to talk about it. The one from Coventry, the other one from Birmingham, they were horrible.
You know what I mean? Well, when you're in Magaluf, aren't you?
Because they'd be like, you went all the way to Magaluf and you didn't shag anyone.
It's called shag a scruff, mate. How could you not shag anyone, yeah?
Yeah, that thing.
You were scared of that.
And I was scared of that being a 20-year-old lad.
It's on a plate.
Yeah.
You were like the in-betweeners. You're like Jay from the in-betweeners.
Yeah. Now, I think a lad's holiday, you'll get the most out. Like, obviously, you get the very well-developed, like we talk about Love Island, them kind of kids who are 22, 23, very well-developed. They can go and bang. I think most men will probably get the best out of that sort of holiday, 26, 27 onwards.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, I don't want to incriminate myself on the pod, but like...
Were you a bit of an LG, Legend Gooser, out in the
no, like not anymore. But like, I think So maybe you're right. I'd do better now if I wanted to.
Yeah, of course you would, because you sort of know the score a bit more of it all.
Yeah, I'm more confident, a bit of chatty.
But like 1920, I mean, you look back at the photos of you.
I'm trying to think.
And you think, how the fuck did I ever expect to be able to shag anyone? When you look at the state of what...
You just look like a baby.
Yeah.
How
like
could you be attracted to anyone? Yeah.
Like you think, like, how the fuck did I think I was going to go away and smash here? Fall down a grid.
Trying to think of me lads' holidays that I went on when I was younger. I don't think I ever did either.
You never got any puss?
I think I probably did, like, yeah.
You can be honest, mate.
I'm trying to think.
To be honest, because this is the culture that we've got, is that the pressure's on us to, and this is why it's made lads probably take it.
Is this good for our mental health?
Well, this is probably why lads have been taking it, because they feel the pressure to have something. There was one, actually, to be fair, there was one girl that I probably could have shagged, but I just didn't know it was on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was so naive.
Right, yeah, well, that's always been my thing.
Why?
I've always looked back. I look back now.
Yeah.
At times when I was younger, and I've been like, oh, you could have had so many women. Yeah. But you were just a fridge. Yeah. You were just a proper fridge. You were scared to ever try and neck anyone.
Proper hot point.
Yeah, like, whereas now I'm older, I'm like, oh, this could be on at any moment. Yeah. I need to back away.
Burner boy.
Yeah, I'm like, now I'm like, I need to back away now because I've let this get too far. Because the what I thought was just a charming flirtation. Oh, now showing I'm a boss dancer, you're a bit like, oh, yeah. Now I'm like, oh, I need to
boss dancer.
Mate, I am. Yeah.
I know you're good. I've seen a little clip of you. You're not bad. You're not bad.
That was at my wedding when I was rotten, boy. To see me in real life.
Do you practice?
People flock.
Do you practice?
I was born with the beat. That's all it is.
You defo practiced, haven't you, in the mirror?
I was born with the beat. I promise you. Like,
nah, you've learned. You've been on YouTube watching how they do the steps.
No, I'll tell you now. If I was on Strictly, I'd be shit because I can't learn a dance routine. Yeah, but if you put a song on, I'll have the beat and the rhythm of the song in a couple of seconds, so I'll know when to bop. That looks impressive, like. Yeah,
but then that's just sort of like you see all them dances that are going on. But you know, like people who can do the stepping and then the cutting and that shit. Can you cut?
No, probably can't.
Well, you actually got to learn how to do your feet to cut.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I wouldn't be able to do all that, but I'd be able to go. Say the song, every song has got a beat with like 1, 2, 3, like and all stuff. I'd know the beat. I'd know the rhythm, and I'd know.
Yeah, but that's not that impressive.
I'd know when to move my body, how to move my body. You say it's not that impressive. No, not many people know. Not many people born with that gift. Like, I bet you wouldn't know the beat. If you heard music, you just move about a bit. You wouldn't. There'd be no timing and no nothing. Whereas I'm when the beat drops and I'm dropping and. You're just hands about.
No, when it drops and you've got it and you go slow.
No, I don't mean white boy drop. Like, oh, the beat's about to drop. It's gonna go ba 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 ba. I'm talking about, and you know that I'll move. I'll hit my body movements. So at times with the music, and you're like, he's moving with the music. He's moving with the music. It's amazing. I'm telling you now.
I'd like to see that in action because I think.
I'll tell you where
you dress up.
I'll tell you where me one
a
year,
lot
right?
of your abilities, and you back yourself a lot.
Yeah, but I don't.
And you'll tell me that you know it, so that when I see it, I'm sort of thinking he does know it.
Right.
So you plant the seed of like, oh,
I'd want to call one of my mates,
but
then I feel like you go, they're biased.
No, I'm not. I'm not disputing it. I'm just saying it is. I think it might look a bit boring after a while. You're dancing.
Possibly, yeah.
Because it's the same.
Possibly.
All you're doing is rolling to the beat. You're not doing anything
It wouldn't just
different.
be rolling. It wouldn't just be rolling. It'd be like moving my feet like and all that. But it's not just that. But it probably is. After a while, you're like, oh, he's got the beat. After a while, you'll be like, yeah, he's got the beat. Yeah, it's fine. But how long are you with a group of people? You can be with them for hours, are you? And what I tend to do is I tend to go hard early and then stop for a bit. And then get people excited, then go hard again.
Right, yeah.
Like
he's coming back.
Need people wanting more, yeah.
That's what I tend to do. Like a killer whale.
Yeah.
At SeaWorld.
Just circling. But like, I'll be honest with you, one of the reasons I do that though is because the minute I move, I start sweating as well. So it's like,
right,
I'm about to piss with sweat. I'll just stop for a minute.
Right, so you get to that point and then you back off.
Yeah, I back off and then just like.
See, I get upset when I see videos of good-looking fit lads dancing well. You know, and it looks effortless. It upsets me that because I think that pretty much is the sexiest thing you can do.
That would wind me up
when you're out. Like
that's my one thing. That's my like.
No, that's the sexiest thing you can do because when you're out, there's no talking, is there? Because everything's so loud. So if you're a good-looking lad in shape and you're moving well, there's nothing better to look at.
I think,
unless you're one of these ones that can really dance and are like doing the MJ shit and it's like, oh, this is next level. When you just see some fit lads doing some certain moves and you're going like, he just looks cool there.
You need to be accessible, yeah. You need for a woman to go, oh, I want to dance with him. Not like
diversity.
Yeah. Not like, oh, that was impressive.
Ashley Banjo.
Clap. I'm never going to speak to you. You need a woman to go, oh, I want to dance with him because he's a good dancer.
Yeah, but then
that's a way. But like, because I'll tell you now, if I saw a good-looking person dancing as well as I dance, I'd be gutted because that's how I get people to overlook everything else. Because it's always like, oh my God, he's boss. So then that draws people in, and then you have like a little talk.
But then also that's the charm of your dance is the whole thing.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's the shock factor of it.
Who was it that said? I think someone on Aldi said to me, "You're like Susan Boyle." Like 1 minute you're just this fat fucking slouchy scouser who looks a bit fucking intimidating. The next thing you're throwing your arms in the air, you're dancing. Everyone's like, "Oh, look at him, isn't he, boss?" It's like it's the shock factor that gets everyone on board. They're all so happy that they've judged you wrongly.
Yeah, I would say that you do have that effect if you can dance.
Yeah.
But then again, people will look at it and go, "Oh, it's good, it's boss."
Yeah.
But it's not as good as when the fucking 6'3" rower looking lad is doing all these things.
Oh,
it's like, that's just fit.
Like I just said, if that person could do what I do,
they've done you then, haven't they?
It's a game over. Like, it's like, oh, what have I got? What have I got now? Me charm in a fucking loud dance club.
Sweating.
Hey girl, get here. Let me just banter with you for a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell me
to get your hot water videos out. We did said that the other time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Showing your videos. Yeah, showing your videos.
I did it this holiday as well.
Trying it.
Oh mate, it was so funny. There was this girl in Tiki Beach, and we'd been having a chat. They were from Preston, but they lived in Essex, and I was just chatting. And she was like, "Oh," and my mate contacted, he's a comedian, you know. And she's like, "Are you a comedian?" I was like,
yeah. It's a nice little shock, a nice little curveball in it.
Like, yeah.
Get him off guard.
Yeah, I am. And she was like, "Oh, right." And then one of my other mates went, "This will be good." And he timed to perfection, put on a big wool accent, went round the bar, so to come from the other side, so it looked like he wasn't with us.
Oh, I know.
And said, "Hi, are you Rob? Rob?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Can I get a picture, mate? Can I get a picture?"
Be careful here, mate. This could be a bit Me Too-y, this.
Please.
This sounds like you're setting yourself up.
Please.
You're lying to this poor girl. You're lying to her.
Please, can I get a picture, mate?
She's going to get shagged by you and found out that guy was your mate. And she'll be like, "You lied to me there. I thought you were famous. No cunt knows who you are."
You fucked me under false pretense.
Yeah.
And
that'll be you done. Tiki Beach no more. Tiki San Quentin.
He come over.
Tiki, what's a beach prison?
Just coughing so much.
What's a beach prison? Long Beach, is that one?
No, that's just a rough area. Oh, I've just let one go there. I'm sorry.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I can't help it. I keep coughing. It's the repercussions of the holiday. Anyway, let's get back to this.
So anyway, this girl that you've duped into thinking you're famous.
I haven't duped. I had no part in this.
I'm not happy about this.
He comes over, dupes and goes. He comes over and goes,
"Poor girl.
Oh, you can get pictures." I was like, "Oh, of course, mate, yeah." So I get a little picture. Straight away she goes, "Are you somebody?" I was like, "We're all somebody, love."
Oh, fucking hell, Rob.
Exactly.
This is worse than when you were in school and you went, "I'm your worst nightmare." Who are you? I'm your worst nightmare. You what?
No one knows that part. No one knows that story. That was on our pilot.
Yeah, no, it was funny though.
We'll put it out one day. Maybe I'll get Dean to clip it in. In fact, that's what I'll do. Right here, I'll get Dean to clip in that little audio bit. And
that was funny, that.
So the video might stop.
I'm your worst nightmare.
Yeah, so when he goes, are you some... Do you want me to just tell a story?
Go on, yeah, go on. So
basically, I went to school. I went from Holy Family, which is comprehensive in a normal working class area, Liverpool. I went to Merchant Taylors, which is a posher school in Liverpool. And I'm not going to go into why I went there because that's another 20-minute story.
Yeah.
So
Diaz McGregor. Go on.
So I went in there, and what had happened when I was leaving Holy Family is some girl, I was in year 8, some girl in year 10 had said to me, you know what I'd do if I just start a new school? I'd just act dead hard. Because then everyone just thinks you're hard. No one challenges you on that stuff, do they? They just assume it. So I was like, in my little head, gone, that sounds like a great idea. So I kept that with me all summer. First day of Merchant Taylors, sitting in the classroom on my own. Some lad comes in. Obviously doesn't know who I am because I haven't been there for the first 2 years of school. Goes, who are you? And I went to him, I'm your worst nightmare.
And then he went, what?
And then he went,
he didn't hear you because you mumbled it.
He said, what?
He went, I'm Rob.
I said, I'm your worst nightmare again. He went, what? And I went, oh, I'm Rob. And he was like, you're a dickhead. I just walked out. And I spent 6 months having no friends in Merchant Taylors.
That's great. So go on. So she goes, oh, sorry, are you somebody?
She goes, are you, like, she's more excited by it. She's like, are you somebody? I was like, oh, everyone's somebody. And she's like, yeah, but should I know you? Like, well, not necessarily, like, but like, people know me. Like, she's like, well, he must know you. He's asked for a picture. Like, he must know who you are. I was like, well, some people do know who you are. Like, that's part of the job. Like, have you been on telly? I was like, yeah, because I have. I was on Songs of Praise when I was 12. So
kept that quiet.
No, not when I was 12. When I was 8. I was on Songs of Praise when I was 8. So I was like, been on telly. Technically, I hadn't lied. I had been on telly.
How come you got on Songs of Praise?
Because they just had schools on it in Goodison Park. They had loads of different schools in the audience. You could, as they panned,
right?
Loads of different school choirs and different schools, and as they panned the crowd out, you could see me. So I had been on telly. So
stick that on the poster.
Also been on Sky Sports News, but anyway.
Yes, you have.
Did you see that?
I think I did. Yeah.
So anyway, she goes, "You've been on telly." I said, "Well, yeah." And then she was like, "Oh, I can't believe you're somebody." I was like,
what, you said you'd been on telly to her?
Yeah.
But you didn't tell her where?
Tell her what telly or not?
So no, I have done telly.
Yeah, I've been on telly, yeah. And she's like,
awful.
Can't believe you're somebody. And I was like, well, you know.
Was she a good looking girl?
Life, innit? She was all right.
She peng. But you don't want to go into it.
She looks like
she looked peng in the mirror when you were smashing her.
That never happened. Oh. She looks like she looks like she's from an area that where they'd say peng. She looks like that kind of stereotype. And she was dead nice. She's dead nice, having a little chat. She was like, let me buy you a drink. I want to buy a drink, someone famous. I was like, well, I'm not famous. She was like, well, he knows who you are, so I want to buy you a drink. She then got me 3 shots.
Sounds thick.
She got me 3 shots.
Sorry, whoever you are, if you do listen to this. Maybe she'll listen to it.
She started following me on Instagram, so maybe.
Has she, yeah?
Yeah. So she got me 3 shots of Sambuca and a bottle of Corona. And I was like...
3 shots of Sambuca and a bottle of Corona?
And I was like, this is great, this famous.
Like stuff. A song title.
This is great, this being famous. You just get stuff for free. And then, so then I kept it going for a couple of hours. And
this poor girl was buying you shots.
She was buying me drinks because I was famous. And I tell all the mates, he's famous, you know. The first thing, all the mates are like, not asked.
It's Adam Rowe.
All the mates like, I'm not asked. The worst thing was when she goes, I really like that Scouse comedian. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, he's always on like them videos. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you know that ginger one? I was like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sounds. Yeah, whatever. And then I was like,
what, the girl knew Smig?
The girl knew Smig, yeah. And I was like, so I was like,
right,
fuck's sake. And then, so then all that happened, and then like, in the end, I just have to be honest with like, yeah, mate, that was me. Because then she keeps saying stuff to this lad, like thinking one of my mates,
your mate,
thinking he was just some lad that was hovering around. So like she was going, because my mate was going, Rob, can you FaceTime me mate for me? Can you FaceTime me mate? She goes, will you just leave him alone? Right, just leave him alone. He's just trying to like have a drink. Like we're just trying to have a chat. Will you leave him alone? And my mate was just laughing his head off. And in the end, that's to go, he's winding you up, you know, love. Like I'm not famous. Like I am a comedian, but I'm not famous. And she just went, oh fuck off! And stormed away.
Was she annoyed?
Yeah,
or was she
for a
just
little
sort of comedy annoyed?
Yeah, she was comedy annoyed. She stormed off for a ciggy and then come back and went, you had me going, you bastards. I can't believe I genuinely thought you were famous. I've got a selfie with you and put it on Instagram thinking I'd get loads of likes.
Poor girl.
I know. It sounds made up. Yeah, so
that was on the first night?
Second night, that I think.
Second night?
Yeah.
So you were in your flow then?
Yeah. So we 4 nights, weren't we? So the first day or first night, you always go too hard, don't you? So we were going too hard, like...
Yeah.
Flight was 5. That point, I was like 4 or 5.
Who did you fly with?
Ryanair.
Oh.
Exactly.
Dirty.
4 or 5 pints in the airport. Properly starting to feel toxic male. Like I was like all that fucking working class toxic masculinity coming out to me like, yeah, let's just be loud and boisterous. And,
so all 12 of you were getting like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's ruin this flight for everyone.
You'd have eaten me and my mates alive on that flight.
So then we booked the very back seats purposely so we're right by the bar. So you know every
There's
time...
no bar on a Ryanair flight.
That's where they keep all the drinks. So every time they go back to get something for someone, you go, okay, give us that while you're there. And they always get you the drinks while you're there. And then they come back and you pay them sort of thing. So we started getting on the... So take this way, we were having £58 rounds on the plane.
Right.
We were having 2 bottles of wine each, sort of thing. And then just slamming it. And so then we start talking to the air hostesses.
Oh, right.
It's like...
Anyone join the Mile High Club?
No. Again, it's not as seedy as you make it out. Just because you never got shagged and shag a scruff doesn't mean we're on it.
You mumbled them words again.
Shag a scruff?
Yeah, shag a scruff.
So then we just like having, watch your Instagram profile to all the air hostesses, and 2 of my mates are twins. So every girl that was going to the toilet, I was bothering. Which again, you look back now, sober, think.
Every girl on the flight that was going to the toilet, you were fucking...
I wouldn't let them go past until he told me which was the better looking twin. And I was keeping count.
Right, okay.
Because they're identical twins. You literally can't tell them apart.
Right.
I've known them my whole life, and sometimes I still struggle. And it's like... so
I'd have loved to have been a part of that group, but if I was on the flight, I would have been like, oh, who are these?
Knobheads, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be exactly the same. So like... I was taking a tally of who was the best looking twin the whole flight. Just an ongoing joke. And there's a hen group. And like there's a hen group like 3 or 4
this is
rows.
awful. This really is an upsetting holiday. This because
3 or 4 rows in front.
Was there inflatables as well?
No, not at this point, no. Oh. But there was a hen group like 3 or 4 rows in front. So they kept coming back and having a crack. But they'd all been talking. So they decided amongst themselves which one they thought was the better looking twin. And they were coming to the toilet just so they could tell me. So like they were going to the toilet, not really going to the toilet. I'm just going, yeah, I know the question, don't worry, I know the question. Waiting for me to stop them to go, right, you're not getting past these, tell me which one's the best looking twin. And then like, so they'd all had their answers ready and stuff like. So, like I say, just being general pains in the arse.
Yeah.
So that was the first night. So then got blooded. Not really happened the first night because we were all just rotten at that point when we get to Benidorm. Second night is that. Tell a girl, and that was a daytime, but we saw them again the night time. We're having a laugh with them. And then what was the third night? We were all just gone rough. So like,
you went out, but you were all
out,
like,
but we all just like
rotten.
couldn't talk to anyone, couldn't do nothing.
Yeah,
thought to one go over. I genuinely thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Just that stuff. And then the fourth night, you should leave on that third night. Like the fourth day, you should go.
Do you subscribe to the idea of the last night being a big night?
No, this is the problem.
Don't either.
The first 2 nights tend to be great.
Yeah.
Then the third night, you're all rough. You all end up going to bed early. You should leave on that fourth night, that fourth day or third
night.
You should.
That last night, you should have an all right sleep and then go the next day.
You should leave because you're all rough. You all got to get up. You all should take the advantage of the fact that you're rough. Go to bed early.
Yeah.
Leave fresh.
Yeah.
But we got greedy. Booked the fourth night. So then the fourth night, the third night, you've all been hungover, gone to bed early, slept in a little bit later,
and then
you're back and ready to go.
You think you're ready to go on that last
and you
night?
You want to go big again?
Yeah, no, I've never been a fan of that on a holiday. I don't know why the last night's the big. You know when everyone's getting bladdered and they're fucked, going, "Oh, the flight's in 4 hours," and it's just like, "Oh no."
Stop reminding me.
You should be in bed now.
Yeah.
You should have done your big night. Is is the last night?
Yeah, that it should be. Your big night should be. You should go.
Maybe that culture's changed now. I don't know. Is it still a culture, that thing on holidays where your last night's your big one?
I don't know. I think it just depends from group to group. I imagine most people it is that way because you're going back to reality, aren't you? So it's a bit like
why do you want to be landing in Manchester and it's pissing down, hungover as fuck, and you're getting in that miserable taxi and nobody's talking because you're all upset?
Exactly.
And everyone's just sad. Were you sad at the end of it? No, I would have been really upset.
I wasn't too bad. I was the third night. I was just upset. Like, this just isn't enjoyable. Why am I here?
Did you ever cry?
No. Didn't have a cry. I just was. But
you felt like you wanted. You feel your face.
I could have had a cry.
Yeah.
If I'd have started crying, I don't know when it'd have stopped.
Right.
Like, it'd have just been wailing. But I was just convinced I was going to die. Like my chest was sore.
That's a lot for you because you think you're like immortal, don't you? You think you're Teflon.
Exactly. When my back was dead sore off the bed, being dead hard.
Maybe that's the liver.
And you don't sleep properly.
And your kidneys hurting.
Yeah, and the chest is like sort of just exploding.
Right. And so you're panicking.
I'm just there like, I could die here. Maybe I am having a heart attack.
Did you have your E111 card?
You start regretting that you're fat. Then you're like,
right.
Maybe it's finally coming back to haunt me.
Right.
Like you thought you were arrogant. You thought because you play footy twice, 3 times a week, still go to the gym now.
So has it inspired you to try and?
Oh no! By the fourth night I was fine again, wasn't I? So I was got back on it.
Right.
So by the fourth night I was like, fucking pussy. You just need to sleep. Just have a lie in next.
You're on the lagers.
Yeah, but I'm not. But all my mates stay on lagers.
Pussy.
But I like to mix it up, so I like to start with a few cocktails in the morning. I had a couple. So this the second
few Tom Collinses. Whilst you're brushing your teeth.
The second night, I had a few.
Past that Blue Lagoon.
I had a few mojitos. You don't
Listerine.
Don't need to brush your teeth with a few mojitos. You're just already getting the mint, aren't you? You're like, that. Save yourself 5 minutes.
I've got a stuffy headache just thinking about all that shit.
The second day, I had like 8 mojitos to start me off, and the third day I was having mojitos and strawberry daiquiris. And I think the fourth.
But it's all like all sharp, isn't it?
I was having Copperbergs just for the sugar to get me back.
But it's the throat that goes with me with all them shit cocktails in like these places, because it's bad. It's not good vodka.
It's terrible.
They've got the vodka bottle on the shelf.
Yeah.
And then they pour it from down there. And I remember I was going to one of these bars.
It's like a magician, isn't it? Where they only show you what you want you to see.
Well, when we were going, I was in Cos, which is a terrible place to go for a holiday if you want to, because every nightclub is soundproof in Cos. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you go to Cos, you literally could be 10 yards from the big club, and you wouldn't fucking know. Everywhere's soundproof.
Right.
But I remember going into these bars.
Benidorm, because we stayed pretty much on the strip, thinking location's amazing, and then when you're trying to sleep on that third night, when you're not bladdered, like, oh my god, it's so loud.
Well, you can just have a few to send you off, can't you? But I was going to the bar staff.
Yeah.
I want you to pour from that one, and they wouldn't. Yeah. Or if they did, they get it and they do this. Like I just have a trickle of that one.
Yeah.
But I reckon that one probably just had the same shit in as that one.
One's probably water.
Yeah.
Probably just show, innit?
Because I was getting a really sore throat. I was thinking, this sucks. And then the lager was all
probably
shit
the ice as well.
Probably
the ice as well.
The terrible holidays.
But they are. And when you're on them, you realise them. You think, why have I done this? And you're regretting all your actions. You're regretting being that knobhead on the plane. You're just like, oh, what's going on?
Why have I done this? Like, you feel like you're having a crisis, a bit of a breakdown. Like, this isn't what a 35-year-old man should be doing.
Basically, you're doing all that. But then, like, I've slept in my own bed. I've had a shower. And if you ask me, do you want to go again? I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Like, I'm already getting excited to go again. I don't know what it is. But them 2 days, as much as like you look back and think, oh, I was a knobhead there, you think, I didn't half laugh though. I didn't half laugh. Like, I enjoyed myself. Like, my voice is gone away. So you don't think back to the bad parts. Like, every holiday I think back to now, I can tell you how I felt because I've just been to Benidorm now. But if you ask me, like, what was Portugal like last year, I don't say the good parts. You forget the bad parts.
See, when I went one night in Magaluf, I got like fucked, and then the next day I was in like really bad nick, like shivering, shaking, vomiting, couldn't eat, couldn't anything, and I had to stay in. But then it got to 11:30 at night, and it was cold. Then we went to Magaluf when there was some storm happening or something, so it was a fucking like it was a cold, windy, wet night, and me and my mate went. There was only 3 of us who went, and me, one of them went, I'm not doing it, I'm too fucked. And we went, come on, let's go. So we put our stuff on. We didn't really have anything to dress for the cold weather. And we go to BCM Square at like 11:45, and we get like, we're just, both of us are just miserable, fucking miserable. And then we get there, and then we just get 2 Budweisers and 2 shots of apple sours. And we have like them shots, and we have about a sip of the Budweiser, and we're sitting down at BCM, shivering, headache, everything. And we just went, nah, mate, we can't. We can't do this. And we tapped out and we just went home. And then the next night we went and did this other thing, and then we got bladdered. But that was the last night, and that's but I didn't get that smashed on that night.
Right.
But I just feel as though I would get more out of a holiday like that now. But obviously going now, it's a bit like...
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Magaluf nowhere now. You're just too old, aren't you, for there?
Benidorm seems to be the older version of Mago, isn't it?
Benidorm is just... You know the way Disney World's the best place on earth? Well, if you're a degenerate, Benidorm is. Like, if you scum, Benidorm's the best place on earth. Because it's just stuck in the 80s. It's just like, you're walking down the strip, there's just a dwarf there getting pictures with people.
Right.
And getting his cock out. Like,
right.
Just like, there's moments that happen in Benidorm where you stand and go, why am I here?
Right.
Like, I'm better than this.
Tattoos everywhere and shit.
I'm better than this. And you're just like, there's people like say, just like a dwarf with his cock out to be like getting photos with him. And like, that's his job.
Did you get one?
No. I wasn't up for it. And like, every bar's got a book on Bronco. And you're like,
yeah. Did you ever go on that?
No.
Oh.
You're like, there's like 10 punch machines in every bar. You're like, how's this fun? Like, but then I'm there.
That's because you can just go and treat it like a piece of shit.
Well, that's literally what it is. Like, you go and you forget who you are.
Yeah, you can just go and be
you
a fucking...
And you just go and be the scum. Like, every bit of scum you wanted to be, you can just go and be. Like, and just like, there's just women dancing in poles on clubs for no reason. Like, out on the strip.
But not good-looking women.
No, like,
ropey ones.
Good-looking women. Like, women that you think, oh, she's a stripper. She's invested in her body to accentuate all the parts of her body that a man would want to enjoy, to look at. And she's just dancing on a pole in the strip club, and you just like, say, just moments of cards.
Are they foreign?
I don't know. I don't even go to them clubs. It's just like,
you just stare at them and dehumanize them, Rob. No. Speak to the stripper, get to know her backstory. She'll be Eastern European.
She's doing a job. I don't want to disturb her. Excuse me, love. Just, how'd you get here?
Yeah, trafficked.
Yeah. You don't even want to think about them things. And then you walk the strip seeing that and you're thinking, why? Like, why am I here? Like, the same bar who's got hair dancing like that has also got MMA all over the front of it. Like, for what reason?
I don't know. I haven't been or looked into going, so I don't know why. I wouldn't know the reason why I'd be there. But
then, like you say, you do go because like I'm in a bar that we go in every year. I've never noticed the Confederate flags all over it, and there's a gollywog behind the bar, and I'm like, why am I here? Why do I love this bar? Like, why every year do I come and love this bar? Then live music starts, women start coming in, you start chatting to different girls, having a bit of a laugh with people, and you think, oh, this is why I love it. You just like,
nah, you know what? I don't think
walking up to people go and Google me, and then walking off.
I don't know whether I'd do it. If I got invited, because I don't do anything, I'll never organise it. So someone would have to go, listen, just transfer me this, and we'll go. And you got to get to Mank Airport for 3 a.m. Yeah. I go, right, I'll do it then. If I think it, if I like the people we're going with and think the sound, But would I do it now? I probably would. I think better of it and go, I can't.
You wouldn't though. You know you wouldn't.
I wouldn't go.
No, you wouldn't think better of it.
You think I'd go on one of them holidays?
Yeah. You know, you look at you smiling now because you even said before, oh, I'd love to be on that group on the plane, but also I'd fucking hate you. So you'd sit and you go, I'm just going to go and experience. You'd sit there. Here's how much of a psycho you go. I'll get material out of this. So I'll go.
No, I wouldn't do
And then-
that. I
yes,
wouldn't do
you
it for
would.
material.
Yes, you would. And
No.
then everybody, like, you get over there and you go, finally, I can be scum. And then you just love it. And then you go back to your life and pretend it never happened.
yeah, but
Which is pretty much what everyone does it for.
yeah, but I don't think. No, I think I'd just go out, spend the money on something else.
No.
How much is it? 4 nights over there.
How much
Flights
did it
and
cost me and all
accommodation.
that? I think flights were like 160 odd. Accommodation was about cost about 300 quid.
Flights and accommodation, and then spends.
And spends about 550 quid.
Did you do anything in the day or just drink?
No, just drank.
Just drank. That's it.
Just drank. Got up. got up at 9 o'clock.
Did you go in the pool? Did you have a pool?
Didn't have a pool. Just had an apartment.
Oh no!
It's like an empty shell of a flat. Got up 9 o'clock. Gonna got brekkie.
No pool.
When I got
That's
brekkie.
miserable. That's miserable.
When
That
I
is
got brekkie
dead.
and just sipped through a pint while you're trying to eat brekkie. It's a fucking rubbery shit sausage and your full English brekkie. It's like there's not English on this.
Straight through you.
Yeah.
Just
There's
fucking.
not-
You haven't even
there's not a
finished it yet, and
fucking
you've gone the
English-
bog twice.
Exactly. And you're just like, what am I doing? And then you just, So from 9 a.m. till about
Right.
4 or 5 in the morning, it's just drinking. Non-stop drinking. And the only time you stop drinking is when you go back to the room to get a shower, to get changed, to start drinking again.
I think I'd be better at the drinking now. To be honest with you, I can drink. I can drink on a hangover now. I can get through it.
I'd have to just not drink what I drank on the. You know the weird thing about Benidorm? No, this is another part. There's an old town, which is like nice Spain.
Edinburgh.
Yeah, like Edinburgh, which is like nice.
Put a fucking
It's lovely and cultural.
festival on there.
It's lovely and cultural, and like you go there and you get a free tapas with every drink, and like so the fee and you just
That'd be shit food.
It's dead. What's not? It's nice. It's because it's just like a proper nice bit of Spain. You're like, how do these places coexist? So it's like living St. Anne's and Blackpool. It's like, how the fuck do these two places coexist side by side? And it's like, but that part, that old town's also the gay part of Benidorm. Like the gay
You
village.
love a gay part, don't you?
I've never been out there, and I was walking around there looking at all the beer bars and all the beer bars and the gay bars, and I'm thinking, why have I never been out here when I'm in Benidorm? Why have I never ventured this far? It's like, because I would love it. And then, I never do. But I always go there. We always go there on one of the last days to try and get back to normality and remind ourselves that we're husbands and got fathers, and we have normal jobs, which we have careers. We're trying to get by, just get back to normality.
A bit more wholesome.
Yeah, we just try and
a bit more
try and get
wholesome.
back to normality, sort of thing. We were like,
Nourishing for the soul.
right, you don't have to be the dickhead that you've just been for 3 days. You can go back to being like, you can reset.
I went to a friend's wedding in Sorrento the other year.
Oh yeah, Amalfi Coast.
Yeah, lovely place, but
It's
I
gorgeous.
got fucked on the first night.
How
Because
many nights was the wedding?
we went for like, I don't know, there was two or three,
Yeah.
but it was just me and then me mates from school, and then the guy who was getting married just hung around with his mates from uni and that side because we were the degenerates there.
Right.
But we weren't
So you were
wanted
the
there.
scum. Yeah.
We weren't wanted at that wedding.
Yeah.
It was like, we've got to invite them, but we really don't want to be so we'll do the day with you, and that's it. And then here's the cunt did this to us as well before I tell you about that first night. It's fucking hot in July in Sorrento. So he thinks...
They made a no short rule, did they?
No. Well, I don't know. I was a big fat cunt at the time, so I was fatter than what I am now. But he told us to get to this thing on the day.
Yeah.
Now he's obviously told us a time that isn't the time
Thinking
because
you'd
he's
be late.
scared
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we're not going to show up
Yeah.
on time and ruin the day.
Yeah.
So we all turn up, and it's like another hour and 15 minutes before anyone starts to show up. So we're all just stood there sweating on our shit clothes, and
What did you wear as well?
I wore chinos, a shirt, and a jacket,
Oh, it's a mistake.
and a
It's
dicky bow,
mistake. And a dicky bow. Oh.
I looked like a fucking ice cream man, lad. I looked pathetic. I was fat as fuck as well. I looked fucking dreadful. And
What colour was your outfit?
it was just it would have looked all right.
Did you go light pastel or?
It would have,
cream
yeah,
or
it was like a navy jacket, and then like a sky blue shirt with this horrible burgundy dicky bow and these fucking big clown kicks. And And I had braces on as well. I went for the braces.
Oh, fuck off.
Mate, I looked like I was in fancy dress. I was fucking...
A burgundy to keep up.
I looked like I was in fancy dress. It was pathetic.
Okay.
So anyway, so we all start having a few drinks as well, whilst we're waiting for everyone else to turn up. But on that first night, we went out for a meal, just the four of us, the lads that I went with, and I was just, we were all just on our own, just the four of us, and we were just getting on. I was just on the wine, and then if I'm on the wine, like 8 or whatever. And I'd been on the airport and everything. And I was just ready to go. Do you know what I mean? That first night, I was ready to just let go out of the seas. And it's not like a Benidorm place, but we had the Benidorm mindset. So a mate of ours is in a fucking vest. He's in a vest with flip-flops and that. And we just stood out. It's like, what the fuck? We're like the in-betweeners, proper the in-betweeners. And
actually, I've been to Sorrento. I've been to Positano.
Lovely,
had a little day trip to Sorrento, gorgeous. Went with the wife. It was a lovely little couple's holiday.
Yeah,
I just imagine you two just sticking out there like the only young ones there are young Italians who are quite cultured,
the
sipping the wine properly when the stem, like they're not even warming the glass.
They have a bit of water with it, and they're just doing it right. They're doing it what you're meant to do.
Yeah,
and then there's just 4 podgy, pasty English kids with skinny forearms and big guts, just doing it wrong.
They're thinking that they're on the wrong fucking holiday now. These cunts are on the wrong holiday.
We're just ordering everything wrong. And then, but then we're getting on it. And then it just got out of hand. And then I'm a fan of Irish folk and that. And I got to a point when we went to this Irish bar. And the 3 of them,
even in Sorrento, you could find one.
The 3 of them weren't that bad. But I was bad. I was fucked. Like I was proper gone. So then I start shouting, not singing, shouting Irish folk songs. Like, bogged down in the valley, oh no, and I'm doing that like fucking loud. Like people are leaving this bar because of me. And I'm sat there, I've got like a whiskey and a Guinness in the hand. And it's probably only like 11:30 at this point.
Yeah.
So then I'm just getting out of control. So I think my mates left. Then I
just left you there.
I think so. I don't know. Because I remember I just latched onto whoever the fuck I could.
You're not one of them. You start talking to me because your mates had fucked up.
Well, no, I think I just fucked that. They were there, but I was honestly that fucked. I just didn't know what I was doing. So then I went outside and I think I just started vomiting. Just in Sorrento, do you know what I mean?
Sorrento,
it's not Sorrento. It's like the nicest fucking place you could go.
It's the kind of people where people take Instagram photos of the steps. Yeah. All like George fucking big, some Instagram
17
model
stone fat cunt from Liverpool.
Just imagine some Instagram model at the top of the steps being like waving a dress in the air, try and catch it, a boomerang and all. Like, could you see his side and go? Bleh,
yeah, there's me throwing up some fucking
chunks just rolling down the steps.
Yeah,
fucking oranges above your head, just all picturesque.
Just me vomiting up Guinness and carbonara. That just fucking hell. So anyway, I think I was doing that, and then but then I woke up at 6 a.m.
Yeah,
lying next to a fountain on a bench with one shoe on, and I didn't have my wallet. So I was my wallet down, which had loads of fucking euros in.
One shoe on. All your euros in your hand tonight.
I didn't take them all, but I took a good few hundred. One shoe, and then the other shoe was just next to me, and I was like, "What the?" And I woke up and it was hot, and it was like 6 a.m. when I wake up, and everywhere's quiet and like that sort of thing. And I was like, "What the fuck has happened here?" And I thought my kecks were on, so I thought, right, this is good. It wasn't sore or anything.
Yeah.
I thought, right, I don't think anything like that's happened, but someone's had my wallet, I think. But why I only had one shoe on is beyond me. Maybe I was trying to get undressed for bed.
I reckon your wallet's in that shoe.
No, it's not.
I reckon you've gone to Kip and gone, I'll have my wallet in my shoe.
But anyway, so I was like, oh, fuck. And then I got back to the hotel and I couldn't get in. So I had to sort of wake them up, like ringing
That's just the wedding day?
No. This is the first day. So the next day was... we had a couple of days beforehand.
Yeah.
So I got in at like 6:30, and then my mate was just like, "What the fuck have you been?" I was like, "I don't know." I just went to bed, and
have you been Trevi Fountain?
Yeah. That's fucking Rome, innit?
Yeah, it's like the piss.
Oh, I know you were, but so I got back, and then I woke up, and I was like, oh, "What the fuck have I done here?" And then You know, after I wake up when I've been fucked is just, please God, phone.
Just a full beer.
Phone is the main one.
Go through it.
Wallet.
Right.
Phone, wallet, and then anything else is a bonus.
Yeah.
But if the phone and the wallet are there, and I'm thinking, that's good. And then also I like to see a little bit of cash in there.
Right.
Because you don't know what you've spent or anything.
Right.
So I'm thinking, the phone was there, which made me go, because if that goes, I'm done.
Right.
I am done without my phone. Like, I couldn't get back from that. I'd never bounce back from a lost phone.
The first thing I do when I wake up, like, rotten like that.
Keys, but I didn't have keys.
Where am I? Where am I sleeping? Because if I'm on the couch, then I've fucked up.
Yeah.
If I'm on the couch, I've come home rotten, and I've been kicked out of bed for either snoring too much, throwing up, or she's gone, I'm not even talking to him, just sleep on the...
Yeah, but at least you got in the house. I was on a bench.
Yeah, I know. In a foreign country. Like I say, the first thing I'm like...
Very distressing.
Where am I? I'm in my own bed. Right, that's a start.
So I got back anyway. So then I got back in, went to sleep, woke up, and then everyone was like, "Where the fuck did you go last night?" And I was just like, I don't know. And I went, I've lost my wallet. I'm fucked. And then they went out and had a walk because they weren't that bad. So I stayed in bed on me banking to cancel my cards and me driver's license and everything. And they said, we'll go and have a walk and try and find it or something. Yeah. So they went to this Irish bar, and then they asked the bar woman. They went, "Our friend was here last night. He lost his wallet." And then the bar woman went, "Oh, English, he bigger disaster." She said I was a big disaster. That's great, isn't it? Like I'm a fucking hurricane or something. Like there was a big disaster here.
So terrible time.
Yeah, she was like, she was pissed off at me because obviously I was vomiting and everything. And she referred to me as a bigger disaster. And then never found it, so I had to go to Busy's and report it.
Why, you got your number for insurance?
Yeah. So I got myself a new wallet out of it. But then the way they broke it down, I was all right. I did all right out of it. Myself a new Hugo Boss. But yeah, I lost my driver's license, lost the bank card, lost whatever else I had in it.
Right.
Wasn't as, like I say, all things.
How'd the rest of the holiday go?
After that one, the later that night was the night we all go for the drinks before the wedding day. Yeah. So obviously they all turn up fine, and then I rock up a little bit later, and then everyone knows what's gone on. So
everyone's heard of the big disaster.
Everyone's heard of
everyone's heard the disaster story.
So everyone thinks it's a bit funny. Do you know what I mean? Because what else are they going to do?
There's 9/11 now.
Yeah, what else are they going to do? So I'll come back and they go, "How are you?" And I'm like, and they're all having like champagne. I'm just sort of slowly nursing the champagne, just feeling depressed. Yeah. Depressed that I've lost the wallet. Depressed that I feel fucked, and I feel like I've let everyone down. And then so we just did that, and then I think I had an all right night that night. And then the day after was the wedding. Got fucked at the wedding.
Too fucked, or?
Yeah. I think on the the minibus that we got from the wedding venue back to where we all were. Yeah. I think there was some kids on. I think I was singing nursery rhymes, trying to be funny. And I was smashing it, but then I think I fucking started...
Upset a few parents.
Yeah, I think I said a few nasty words during these nursery rhymes.
You didn't turn into...
Andy Dice Clay. Yeah. No, I never did anything like that. But I think what happened was I stood up to scream one of these nursery rhymes and banged my head on the minibus shelf thing, and then I went, "Oh, you cunt!" Well, I said something along them lines, and then obviously you went, "Hey," and I was like, "Sorry, I didn't mean that."
You know, when you think back to these stories,
it's funny now, but I think a lot of people on that holiday were probably, if they really drilled down, thought maybe it would probably have been better if he wasn't there. Yeah. The olders.
Do you reckon, do you look back to them stories and think,
I am chuffed about my performance though. I am proud of how entertaining I was.
Straight there, you're thinking, he was meant to be a comic because he's attention seeking too much now. Yeah. So like once you found the stage, all that stuff calms down because you're like, I get me attention elsewhere now. Yeah. So I don't need to be a cunt and I'm ruining someone's wedding.
Yeah, but I didn't do it. It's when I get pissed. It's when I got pissed. It comes out. That let's be a twat now.
Yeah, but that's
and,
like I say,
and shout stuff that's not funny.
For attention.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
But now that's being achieved elsewhere. I don't reckon you'd be like that if you were drunk now.
No, I would.
All right, Sam.
I would.
You'd still just be a cunt.
Yeah. If I get pissed, if I'm not pissed,
You've definitely got the Benidorm hands.
if I'm not pissed, I'm really quite placid. I can charm anyone. I can be really like not offensive. Dare I say it? Quite articulate, maybe sometimes when I'm in the swing of things.
Yeah.
And I think, oh yeah, I'm dropping some big words here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking that surprised me, that one, when I chucked that sentence together.
Do you reckon your mate was there thinking to himself, I should never have mixed my group of friends here?
Well, this is what I say to you about mixing the groups, isn't it? But like, is uni mates are just
middle class, dead nice.
Well, just better people.
We had this.
The rest of us are just. But then you're schoolmates, aren't you? So it's a different thing.
It's like anything goes.
You can't
get rid of me now. You can't.
Yeah, it's like you've known that guy since you were 18. I've known you since you were 11.
Yeah.
Like we've been through the phase of 16 to 18, 19 of going out, getting bladdered, acting stupid.
Yeah.
And that we know that was fun.
Yeah, you can't tell me I'm being a cunt 'cause I'm just being what you were like when I knew you properly.
Yeah, but also the fact that, I obviously we don't go into things on here, but your mate before he got with his missus.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why women don't like
lies he's told
the men's old friends, the OG ones, because they're the bad influences, because they're the ones
with their before she changed them.
They're the ones. So when they've only got a mate from 18 to 19 in uni, and then at 23 they meet the bird, that mate they've had 20, even 5 years deep. Whereas the one who's been potentially 15 to 20 years deep, it's like, hang on, he knows him better than I know him. And they can't hack that. They go like, they know his true colours. And then that's why I think sometimes women go, oh, I don't like him, he's a bad influence, he's a prick.
Yeah, I get that. We had one on when we went to Hamburg. It was one of my mates.
We went on the stag do there.
Yeah, we went on a stag do in Hamburg. And it was one of my mates.
The Reaper Bar.
He's like, quite.
Say no more.
Yeah, well, this is the thing.
I fell asleep on a windowsill.
It should be Say No More, the Reaper Bar and all that. It was one of the calmest, gentlest stag do's ever been.
Was it? Yeah.
Biggest red light district in Europe. And with this lad, met this lad in college. Great mates. We were great mates for a number of years. Like, really good mates. But he's one of these lads who's only had about 4 or 5 mates. He only ever had 4 or 5 mates at a time. We used to joke, he didn't do friends, he just done best friends, and that was it.
Right.
So we had 4 or 5 best little clique of us.
Right.
So then we're going to go on a stag, and there's only 5 of us coming, and his dad, and then his bird's brother and his his fiance's brother and dad, and then his brother's gonna come a couple of days later, and you're so to get up the numbers, the best man's the best man's a lot like me. He's a bit of a debauched degenerate, and he goes, I know what I'll do. I'll invite these other friends that me and him have got this friend doesn't really know, and
oh no,
he goes, I'll make up the numbers, and he asks him, and this lad's dead placid and nice. This lad would be too polite to say no, or really sure the lad just went, no, it's my stag. I don't want anyone going on it that don't know. So he was like, yeah, okay. So then one of our mates who goes on it is just wild. Just absolutely wild.
Right.
And it's the whole stag is just me and my mate and the other lad who come with us who's also sound, so it wasn't that bad. Just trying to calm this one lad down who doesn't know anyone from the rest of the group. Right. And it's just fucking ruining this stag.
Is it?
Being an absolute nightmare. Just to give you an idea what this stag was, on the first night when we get there, we go into this nice little bar. We all start drinking red wine and having a cheese board. Just
nice.
Just at 10 o'clock.
That sounds lovely.
It was a lovely cheese. It was the best cheese board that I could have ever had.
Yeah.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
That's a night. I'd like that. Meanwhile, but then it would descend.
What happened 2 hours later was this lad had already been to Hamburg, by the way, 5 years ago.
Right.
And
this wild one?
This wild one. We walk into a bar, and you know the way they've got fellas who work in the toilets?
Yeah.
This fella stands outside the toilet and goes, hey! and just points at him. He's like, I just points at him and stares at him.
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Jesus, that's an impression.
But I'm there going, I'm there thinking, this lad, he's got some noticeable features. He's 90% burns. So
right, okay.
So I'm thinking he's just fucking picking on him. So I'm like, whoa, I'm not having that. Go to bounce over, and he goes, no, I know your friend.
Right.
I'm like, nah, you can't be fucking doing that, mate. You can't be fucking picking on him. Thinking I'm protecting him. And then the mate pants over and goes, hey, and he goes, I sell you drugs. I sell you drugs. And my mate goes, yay, sell me more drugs. Sell me more drugs. And meanwhile, this group of stag two, who's just had a lovely cheese board, is looking over going, and we're just like,
he's bringing over 2 ounces of blow from the fucking toilet
what the
attendant.
fuck's going on? This lad's
You got COVID. You done
no,
a test?
just Zion. I've had loads of tests. We've been on Aldi. And so this lad's looking over and you can just see
go
him.
to clinic, get
just
tested there.
Looking at, fuck off, looking at his father-in-law and just thinking to himself, what the fuck have these got me
Who
into
is this
here?
guy?
What the fuck have these got me into? And it's just like, oh.
So was he getting on it?
Yeah.
Was
the
he?
only one on his own. Just getting on it. And then he just starts volleying people at the arse, thinking he's funny.
Oh, no,
Like-
that's bad. He starts hitting people.
Yeah, but not audible, because he's only short and he's only like quite like...
Who's he volleying? People of the group or
Yeah,
people?
people in the group.
That's too far. Once it starts to be physical, I'm not...
People that he's treating as best mates that he's met for 5 minutes, who are currently sitting there going, who's this fucking cunt I've never met on me beloved one stag do, ruining the stag do. So now I'm trying to pull him, going, listen, fucking behave. And he's going, this stag do's shite. I'm making this stag do. And I'm going, it's not your fucking stag do.
Yeah.
He's going, fucking should be.
He's talking about a scruff of the neck. Stevie G in Istanbul. He's got 3-0 down at 1:30. And he's thought, fuck this cheese, bud. I have to get into these for the second half.
And he's starting, that's what he's saying. He's saying, I'm making this stag do, you mean? I'm like, fucking behave. I fucking won't. I'm just thinking,
It does feel like there has to be somebody that does... Fucking hell, lad.
I can't when I laugh, I just go.
It does feel like on a stag do, there does need to be somebody who gets it by the scruff of the neck, doesn't there? There needs to be somebody that galvanises everyone and goes, right, I'm going to get on the beak, or I'm going to go over to that group of birds, and I'm going to get it
But
going.
that's all fine. But he was just having a party on his own. He was just like, this stag do shit, I'm making my own stag do. A stag do 01. And like, he's just... Oh, you can, like I say, you can just see this whole
Stag
lad.
do shit.
The worst thing was, right, one of our mates' dad, our mate who invited them. So this is the best thing. He goes to the lad that he'd sort of come with, and who's being dead sound, gets on with everyone. It's just a nice, normal lad. He just like puts his drink down and goes.
Start smashing people's bottles and letting them...
He puts his drink down on the table in front of him and goes, come on, we're going.
What, the wild one says that?
Yeah, to the other one. And he's like, I'm having a lovely time. What do you mean we're going? Come on, we're going. Just goes, I'm not. Like, and he just goes, oh, fuck you then. And then the next thing our mate's dad was going at the same time. The lad who invited him.
Right.
So his dad goes, but his dad's got leukemia.
Oh, God.
But it's fine. Like, he's fine. He's just got leukemia,
right,
like
okay,
manageable
yeah,
sort of thing. So then the next thing we, them two go back.
Starts laying into him for having it.
Oh.
Listen here, you.
No, they go back to the hotel bar. And they sit there for 2 hours drinking and crying to each other about how brave they both are. Like the lad who'd gone wild.
And the dad who had leukemia.
Because he's the nicest man in the world. You couldn't be horrible to him. He's just too nice.
Right.
Apparently they start going. Apparently they sat there for 2 hours at the hotel bar, just hugging each other, going, "You're dead brave. You're dead brave. Like
right.
You with this. You with your burns.
So
you with your leukemia.
So
you're
the guy,
brave."
the wild one, how's
Just
he ended
suddenly
up?
stops. Just suddenly go like,
When he goes, puts the ball and goes,
we're
fucking
going.
on.
And the other lad goes, no, we're not.
Yeah, and then
the nice one goes, come on, I'll go with you. And then they go
really,
back to the bar.
dad went, oh, I'll go with you.
Yeah, they go back to the bar because he's just, like I said, he's just a lovely bloke. And I think this dad's one of these dads who has seen everything before, but is now calm and collected and got his nice little life, but has been a wild one himself in the days. So he's probably seen someone like that loads of time.
Right.
And wasn't fazed by it at all. Whereas the other dads were horrified by it.
Right.
He wasn't fazed by it. Like the other dads were the kind of dads that'd have joint Facebook profiles.
Right.
Like with the wives, whereas this dad was just like not be on Facebook because he's scared of what might come back from his past life. So he just like sort of went back to the bar with them, and them two just had a good cry for 2 hours at the bar about how brave they both are. So the next morning,
brave they both are.
So the next morning, we're all standing by the bar ready to go, to like go out for whatever we're gonna do that day. And the lad comes down, and obviously I know this is just a fucking lie. But like the others don't, and I know he's taking the piss, but like he's just still in like pest mode. So he comes down, we're all waiting. He goes, "Listen, lads, I just want to say something. Sorry about my behaviour last night. I know I was a bit of a dickhead, but what happened was, before we got on the flight on the way here, I got a message saying my mum and dad.
Right.
So we're going through a bit of a rough time." And like they all just go like we're not very close. That's why I still come. But yeah, so it's just a bit of a rough time. Sorry, boys. And they're all going dead sad. You just hear me scream, "Will you fuck off? You can fuck off!" It's what everyone's trying to console him. And he's like looking at me, going, "These fucking dickheads believe that." Like, and he's like, "Oh, my mum was died, lads. I'm sorry." I was like, "No, fuck off. He's just a knobhead. You don't be all feeling sorry for him now. He's just a fucking."
Would they have just run with that if you didn't get called out for the rest of the stag do? He'd have just gone, "Oh, they all think my mum's dead."
Yeah. And then he just kind of being a dickhead. And the next morning go, "Dead sorry, boys, dead sorry." And I was like, "Nah,
I lied about my mum dying.
I'm not having it, no." I don't think he lied. He said he just gone, "Dead sorry, me head got fucked and I got drunk again. Probably shouldn't get drunk and then get drunk." Like, and I was going, "No, I'm not having it."
Is he an addict of some sort, this guy?
No, just fucking loves it.
Just loves winding people up and getting on it.
Yeah, basically. Oh.
No, Hamburg, I fell asleep on a windowsill. I got lost. Got lost. I ended up getting I don't know how I got lost. I don't know what happened, but then I ended up getting taxis everywhere, asking people to drop me off about where I think they were, but I couldn't get, my phone wasn't working, because I cracked my screen,
right,
and I couldn't see anything on my phone, because I was getting lecky shocks off my phone for ages, and I was on a petrol forecourt, and as I went to shut the door, it fucking went, and it smashed, and my phone was cracked, so I couldn't use it very well, so I couldn't speak to anyone really, so I couldn't find out where they were. And I was asking these taxi drivers to take me to this place or that place, and they were just taking me around. I must have spent like €100 on taxis. Got nowhere. I got dropped off at one point. I thought, where the fucking hell is this? It's like 1 a.m.
It's quite big Hamburg as well.
1 a.m. and it's like industrial. It was just all built up in industrial. I was thinking, it felt like there was like where they would go and have bare knuckle fights close by, and I was thinking, this is fucking bad. This. So I don't know how I eventually got home. But then I did meet up. No, I didn't. Yeah, I met them we both got back to the hotel at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I sat in the bar with my mate and had a beer then.
I thought I'm having a fucking beer. I've waited long enough for
Yeah, well, I was just like, one night, but I fell asleep on a windowsill. I found this little cool hipster sort of bar down, like the stairs thing. And I just sat there having a beer, and I had I think I had like crisps with me or something, like a bag of fucking like drinks and that, because for when I got home to have for the day after. But I fucked that night, and then we went to James Dowdeswell was there.
Yeah,
not at the our stag do, but he was in Hamburg at the other table over there. Because I don't know whether we never spoke, because I was newish then, so I didn't think he'd have known me.
Yeah,
or we weren't aware of that. But I think my mate said, "Oh, there's a comedian over there" or something like that. But he was there in this big beer hall or something.
Yeah.
That was fun when we were just in the beer hall and they got all the food coming out and
calm and like just banter between each other is always the best part, and then you always just have to try and go too far with it.
That's it. You have to keep up on it, don't you? Yeah. And keep fucking and I'll go there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Unless there's somebody else who's gonna take it there, then I'll probably step off and go, "I'm out. I'll just watch him."
I'll let you do it.
Yeah.
But someone's got to do it.
Yeah, someone has to do it, and I'm probably willing to go there if I need to.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And I think if I went out with certain, like, in your group, I don't think I'd need to be that guy. And therefore I'd probably go, I don't know whether I'm going to get on board with them or not, because them guys, when they get there, it can turn. And I wouldn't want it to turn.
No, it never turns with us. We never fight or nothing like that. We tend not to speak to no one, but like, you don't speak to other groups of men. And that.
But then other groups of men might see you, and then it can get a bit like that.
We're all quite big.
I know, but there could be other big guys.
I'm the smallest of my group.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Or like size 6
That is a fucking horror show, mate.
Exactly. I don't even mean fat. I just mean generally like.
Yeah.
Oh, now before we go, we probably best. We'll go in a minute. I sent you this. I sent you a funny thing that happened today, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
So like, obviously we went back and we're one of the first ones back in Benidorm. I just to show you the size of my group. We ended up in the Daily Mail.
Got all them bitches from Benidorm there.
Ended up in the Daily Mail, didn't we? Brits are back in Benidorm as beer returns. And there's the big group of us just all sitting around the table, just fucking drinking, no tops off.
There's Big Bobby T there.
We just thought it's sunny. Like, why would you have our tops on? It's 30 degrees, just sitting in the sun. Well, we didn't realise that was a problem.
Mate.
All just sitting there, just like fucking having good times, buckets of beer. Can you see my mojitos? Oh, you can't see them in mate's head's blocking it. Let's see if you can see on the other picture.
What's the caption saying? Sun-starved Britons.
There's your mojitos. There, just we start morning mojitos to get me going.
What have they captured? What have they captioned it all as?
Sun-starved Britons are flooding back to Benidorm with a regular sight of lager bottles and topless holidaymakers reappearing on the Casablanca hotspot. At the start of the summer, many streets were traditionally thronging with British holidaymakers in the Little England. Little England? Why do you call us Little England?
Because you look like Little England, mate.
Fucking Liverpool, mate. You call us Little England.
Mate, if you didn't know...
They should know that'd wind us up, Scousers.
Yeah,
Little England
look at
area.
this. That is not a good photo.
Little England area with the
They're not sticking that in the brochure, are they? Like?
Gathering in the doorways. The doorways? We're fucking in the bar. We're outside in the fucking...
It looks like they've taken that and told you that they're going to be using it for something, and they're really just using it to fucking cunt you off.
Yeah, in the patios.
They've gone, oh, look, you're having fun, let's get a photo, and they'll use this to cunt them off in the Daily Mail.
Like the nightclub was using it, and it wasn't. It was fucking local.
Oh, yeah, that's
next thing was local press. In the doorways, not in any doorways. Why are you being rats? And then some of the Daily Mail comments. Is it just obese people going there? That's waiting to happen. British louts have to go somewhere.
I'll go with that.
Benidorm's the ideal place. Lobsters of the world unite and come to Benidorm. England at its finest.
Yeah.
Not.
Escape
from the Plague Island.
State of that lot.
At least you're not called
Dean's on toast.
Of that lot.
Dean's on toast there.
It's fucking Shrewsbury, you cunt. I'll drive to your house in front of you. There I was thinking the Spanish had to wear masks so they could not switch in the street. What
just think of all you can eat buffet looks like 10 minutes after opening. Getting some fucking trollage there, bro.
Cunters off on the Daily Mail. After having a nice little holiday that we've been waiting to go on for 18 months.
Yeah, but you deserve that.
For what? For having our tops off?
Yeah.
What's wrong with having your tops 30 degrees heat? You're on holiday in Spain. You're sitting there outside. What's wrong with having your tops off?
Because you don't look welcoming.
What?
You don't look welcoming. That's not a welcoming group.
Who do we have to be welcoming to?
It's Benidorm.
This is what's wound me all up. Oh, not the best, not the best Brits. It's fucking Benidorm. The best Brits aren't going to Benidorm, are they? A group of lads are going on a stag do, or a group of lads are going to get pissed up. It's like these people have never been to Benidorm and do not know what Benidorm's like, because we are a sight for sore eyes in Benidorm, in the fucking sight that's got going on.
What, you think that's a good? That's like one of the better groups
in Benidorm, yeah.
Jesus God,
I think we're well on the better. We're welcome. We'll chat to anyone. We're dead nice.
Nah.
Never horrible to the bar staff.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
You're never going to be the cunts, are you?
Yeah, no, yeah.
So they probably went, yeah, you're funny, aren't you, with the comedian? They hated you. Well, they hated you.
I wouldn't like to guess.
I'll tell you now. There's no way. You thought you were being funny and charming and that.
Talking Spanish.
Yeah.
Cinco cervezas,
yeah.
por favor.
Yeah. Thinking you were funny. And then everyone pissing themselves at you getting it wrong.
Them looking at me going, I'm Romanian, you prick.
Yeah. Just fucking being absolute cunts.
Oh, yes, we got home. The best thing was, we got home. And we all went, oh, thank God they used them photos. Because 2 minutes later, there's just a big Hindu sitting next to us.
Oh,
and
is
then
there?
2 minutes after that, there's just a big Hindu talking to us. And we're like, if they'd have got them photos all straight away, any wives with a problem, who the fuck, why are you talking to them? What the fuck, what's going on there?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, nightmare. So, yeah.
Oh, well, all's well that ends well.
Also, Daily Mail, you gang of cunts. But not even a Daily Mail. Daily Mail quite fine in the article. Just like, oh yeah, people are going back out. No, the restrictions are getting lifted. And then just the Daily Mail comments. The love of liberty. Just think what the all you can eat. There's not even an all you can eat buffet in Benidorm, you prick. There's not a normal restaurant in Benidorm.
That's the name of a strip.
Oh.
That a pod?
Yeah, that's a pod. Oh,
is it? No guest, was there?
We've done well, an hour and 20. Had a good laugh.
Yeah.
Relive some
we didn't even get onto the social media outage,
what,
did
the
we?
outage, no. And it's
Is
still
it back on?
No.
Isn't it?
No, you'd have seen blue ticks then, wouldn't you?
Fuck.
Loads of clocks.
I can't be doing this. I need it back. I need to get that hit.
I just think, you know what I've been thinking with this, with the social media outage? I wonder whether there's like Instagram models with their asses out who just took a photo and now can't upload it. And I was just sitting there in like a thong thinking to themselves, what was the fucking point?
Yeah, well,
what was the point in my life? You know when you die on your ass?
how many times did you turn your phone off before you realised? I did about 4 times.
Until someone messaged me
And then I
saying,
googled
WhatsApp's down.
I googled it.
Yeah.
Well, when I saw WhatsApp down, I updated the apps as well. I was devastated. I was like, what's going on? I need this. I need to just see some adverts. That's all it is. That's all I see on them.
You need
adverts and some gimp that I've never met answer what his favourite city is. Who the fuck is that guy? That's all Facebook is. Facebook is terrible.
Oh, I don't even go on Facebook anymore. Only for gigs.
Yeah, I know. That's what I flick through to see every now and then if anyone's posting it for a gig.
Yeah.
But then the actual feed is just dreadful.
I haven't clicked on my feed in a long time. You know what? You know the last time I used...
Unbelievable. It's shocking.
Last time I used Facebook, getting onto why you might be deleted. No offence, mate. Maybe we're going through a patch of not liking each other. Last time not liking each other. Last time I used my Facebook was 6 weeks before the baby was born to delete anyone who I didn't know well enough to be 100% certain they're nonce. So I went down from
You've got 6 friends now.
Went down from 12 friends to about 250.
Uncle George is gone.
He's gone. Yeah, he went before Facebook. Thank fuck for him.
Did he?
Just went round going, do I know you well enough to want you to see pictures of my kid? And went, nah.
So you've been uploading photos?
No, and then I've done all that. I've never uploaded one photo on Facebook of my kid anyway.
No.
He's got his own little private Instagram.
Has he?
Yeah. Only 24.
Put it in the WhatsApp or send it direct message.
Just 24 followers, isn't it? 24 followers based on my mad and cousins. Not my one.
But even though people can get in on that, I know we can get in on text and everything. Yeah, I suppose you can only go so much in it. But
thing is, who's searching that? Who's like?
Be surprised, lad.
I wouldn't.
I'm on it. What'd you do if you found out that I was on your kid's private Instagram? This podcast would take a turn, wouldn't it? Just drop that one in at like fucking episode 26. Going, I've seen that photo you put up there.
Yeah. Just me going, just me turning to fucking Columbo. Did I go on Facebook? No, what the fuck's going on?
Well, that's what Colleen Rooney did, didn't she? She did a little bit snooping for Vardy.
Yeah, to try and work it out. That was clever.
Blocked everyone else apart from her or something and posted stuff.
I think she just blocked everyone from certain things and just seen if it ends up in the paper. And then
she defo is leaking it, isn't she? She hasn't won the case, has she?
No, see, I don't know if it's been settled or anything that yet, but yeah, of course she's leaking it. Of course,
isn't she?
You know it by looking at her.
Yeah,
you look at her and it's like Jamie Vardy. Like, you're so lucky you're a footballer because if you wasn't, you'd be scum. Yeah, like you know, there's a bit of him. Like, but that's if Jamie Vardy wasn't a footballer, I'd have seen him. I'd have seen him the weekend.
Yeah, probably, just a little bit bigger.
Probably selling me shots.
Yeah.
Do you want any Charlie? Do you want any gear, lads? Lads, I'll sort you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Just fucking there.
There's loads of footballers like that, though, isn't there?
Yeah, well, because you got to come from areas like that to end up being a footballer.
Yeah, you have. That's why I didn't make it.
Yeah, you got to want it.
I had the talent, didn't have the mind.
Yeah, my knees, wasn't it? My knees. Wasn't for my knees. Oh, speaking of my knees, last bit before I go, it's another thing you forget. Forget when you're pissed and you're an oldie, you're trying to show off that you shouldn't, like, you're not as athletic and stuff as you used to be. Some hen, one of the hens from, like, because we met a hen from Kirkdale that we were talking to.
Delightful.
They were all right. They were nice girls. She decided to jump on me back and demand a piggyback while we're in a club. I was like, yes, sound. So I can just show her and drunk enough to show off. So like on the dance floor, she's on me back. I thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll slut drop with her on my back. Slut dropped and just heard pop. My knee just gone. Can't bend my knee at the moment because I decided to fucking. And then I can't go to bed. Well, oh, my knee's killing me. Getting any sympathy there. And she goes, why? And I go, well, what happened was some girl decided to jump on me back. And I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll slut drop with her on my back. And she goes, why you let anyone go near you? Why you let anyone touch you? Why you let anyone jump on your back? It's like, oh, it was only a fun thing. And then I thought
I can't believe you thought that'd be a wise thing. That's something.
No,
that's
what
your cross to bear. You just let that happen,
and
and
that's
then
what I'm saying. I can't believe that I thought.
Let's go and tell me, Mrs. about the bird.
No, I haven't done it. That's the problem. I've got a sore knee. I'm having to suffer in silence. I can't even get any sympathy at home.
Just say you just tried to twerk and chucked your knee out, and
no, she knows me too well. She knows me from a slut drop, and then she'll want to know, like, why is it just suddenly gone? Like why is it just suddenly gone? Because she slut drop all the time. She'll slut drop in the house for a laugh. Like she'll like, and then she'll know.
Can you twerk?
I don't think so.
I thought you said you could move.
I said I can't do dance moves. I can just. I got the beat.
I'd love to be able to twerk.
I'm sure you could. I'm sure that's something you could master.
It's when you. It's where you. Is it sort of like you just throw the hip in it?
I think it's when.
And then the arse wobbles on its own, or you shake it, and then
the legs. It's the legs, and
it's
just the hip. You keep the legs.
You wiggle the hips, and then the arse shakes itself naturally.
Yeah, I think that's it. I've never researched it enough.
Maybe we could try and learn to twerk.
You learn to twerk, I'll learn to dagger.
Go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I twerk whilst you dagger me from the from the ceiling.
Right. On that lovely
that'll fucking do.
On that lovely site, we'll call that a pod. Thanks very much for listening. Listen, probably should have told you on the fucking 7 episodes or 6 episodes or 5 episodes already before this. But thanks for listening. Please like us wherever you can. Share the podcast as much as you can, and subscribe everywhere you can, and tell your mates, tell everyone. The better, the more views we can get, the better. And thanks very much for listening. We do appreciate everyone who does it. Everyone who reaches out to us on Instagram, Twitter, appreciate all of it. If you want us to talk about anything, feel free to message us in. We got another one podcast at gmail.com. I think that's the email if you want to email.
DM, innit?
If you want to email us. But
DM when the social media's back up and running.
DM when the outage.
Unless China's fucked it all off and it's done now. Maybe that's it. Yeah. I was just thinking that on the way is if they just said to us now that, like, listen, it's not coming back on.
Yeah.
It would be fucking carnage.
How long would it take you?
People would kill themselves.
I think the same people would, yeah.
People would kill themselves.
How long would it take you to get over it, do you think?
They'd tell you what, there'd be a lot more.
How long before you start going?
People would be fucking going mental. Yeah, you'd go, what am I going to do? You'd have to really think about your life, and it would get dark.
Yeah.
And it would be heavy.
That's what they say. Alone with our thoughts is a dangerous place to be.
Is that a saying, or is that something you've made? Is it, yeah?
I'd like to take credit for it, but I'm sure it's not mine.
Oh, it's a nasty place. It is a nasty place to be, that. I mean, I spend a lot of time there, which is why we always think we're cunts, because I think comedians probably tend to...
Again, just you.
No, but you are a cunt. The more I think you are, I don't know. I'm still undecided on your cunt status. But
maybe 100 episodes in, you can give me an answer.
But thinking about your life, you go. I am. You have to think you're a cunt, don't you? You have to. It's just like what you should be set as is to think you're a cunt, because that way you go, stop being one. I'm
the opposite. I think I'm.
Use it as an excuse.
Use what as an excuse?
Use being a cunt as an excuse to excuse some behaviours.
I think I'm lovely. I don't think I'm a cunt. That's the thing. Right, on that roll of the eyes, thank you very much. Ta-da.
Ta-da.